Number 3 from your study guide asks you to find the domain of these functions. We did a lot of work with these type of problems as we kind of got into ideas about domain and range. Remember, I want to think about what is restrictive. So for A, I've got a fraction, and you should know that in a fraction I cannot have a number over 0. So my restriction with fractions is that I can't have a 0 in the denominator. If we look, it's already factored for us. I've got these two pieces right here. If I plug in x equal to 2, then I get a 0 in the bottom. If I plug in x equal to -4, then that term goes to 0, and then I'm multiplying right here. So it would make the bottom 0 again. So the key here is that I cannot have a 0 in the bottom. So these two values of x right here give me a 0 in the bottom. So all I have to do is say that x cannot be 2 or -4. And and I don't have to list what it can be. I'm kind of good to go there. Now on to B. I've got a square root function. Remember, my restrictions for square roots are that I can't square root a negative number. I need that number to be positive. So what I do is I look at this thing and I figure out my transition point from a negative number to a positive number inside of my square root. So I've got x minus 18 in my root. What I do is I set that equal to 0, and I say, oh, well, x equals 18 is going to be my transition point from positive to negative. So in this case, x has to be greater than or equal to 18, because say I plug in a 19, then I get root 19 minus 18, which is 1. If I plug in a 17, then I get root, I put the 17 there, I get a -1 inside of my root, and I can't do that. So my transition point is 18, and it has to be bigger than 18. Alright, lastly, part C. Part C is easy, but it often tricks people, because we've done all of these problems where it's like, x can't be this, x can't be that. Well, there's nothing restrictive about a polynomial or a parabola. You should know that this is a parabola based on the work that we've done. So I've got x minus 4 squared. There's no number that I can't do. Take a number, subtract 4, then multiply it by itself, then multiply it by 3, then add 7. There's no number that I cannot plug in for that right there. So my domain for this is all real numbers, which I can write like that, or you can use infinity signs if you want, but this is the easiest way to do that. Hopefully you are good to go with all of those.